Good morning. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad that you are too. So, I've been thinking a lot about this concept of being deeply connected to myself. And it's something I've been saying for probably, at least 6 months now, that particular phrase, and really developing it and narrowing in on it and getting really clear with it. And I'm also reading Glennon Doyle's book called Untamed at the same time right now in my life in this couple of weeks. And it's so fun because she is writing and speaking. I'm listening to it on Audible. And so she's speaking all about this very same process that I have been going through myself and that I have been working through with clients that I'm working with right now. And it's such a fascinating concept because if you haven't done it and you don't feel it, it is unusually difficult to explain or articulate it in a way that can be felt and understood by someone else. And so the other day I was speaking with a friend and sharing with him about this realization and this deep knowing that I have come into. And that the 2 or 3 most recent coaching clients that I've been working with over this past 6 months, they have also come into this deep knowing of themselves. Which, as a side note, is part of why I am deeply loving this coaching work. For lack of a better name, I feel like falls kind of short, but this transformational work that I'm getting to do with clients right now, and that as they are transforming, I too am transforming right alongside of them and able to process it in a way that is helpful to them, to be able to share some of the story and the journey that I am also on, because I truly believe that transformation and liberation is a two-way street, and so is shame. And at the same time that someone else is going through their process, if I am willing, right, if you are willing, you are able to go through it with them and you yourself be transformed. So anyway, as it's going, and my awareness of this being deeply connected to myself, I was driving home a few weeks ago from visiting my parents and had this startling realization within my mind that I'd been looking for myself for 42 years and had this realization of actually finding her. Now, big picture, I would say I didn't know that I was looking for her. I didn't know she could be found at this level that I'm experiencing. And so exciting to have that feeling, sensation, awareness, and know that now in my work with others, I will be able to help them also have this experience, this awakening. I do love Brene Brown, and I love her conceptualization of the unraveling in midlife, the unraveling minus the crisis. That is probably one of my favorite lines, favorite concepts, favorite way of thinking about what's going on for me personally over these past few years, and what's going on for clients that I am working with, and tons of my friends, and people in my space, in my realm, in my environment that are going through a very similar awakening. This unusual time period that seems to happen middle 30s to 50, of tired of doing things the same, and tired of not feeling oneself. Truly, I think is the best words that I have come to use to describe it, of feeling that the life I've been living and the life that these other folks that I'm engaging with are living, have been living, doesn't feel like it is truly their own. And so many stipulations and obligations in the world and in one's individual world that keeps them from truly being able to just be and to continue to discover who they truly are. That there's so much stigma around even just that concept of what I just said, let alone all of the reasons and excuses that we give for why we can't do it, why we can't be on that journey, why we can't be and discover more of who we are and truly own ourselves. So it's been so fun for me personally to be on this journey, and so fun for me to be with others on their journey and to guide them and walk alongside of them through the process. And so I just wanted to share a little bit on that topic because as I was meeting with a friend over dinner, so many times over the last 6 months, this concept has surfaced, and it's really given me lots of opportunity to meditate on it, to conceptualize on it, to write on it, to incorporate it in my work with clients, and to really get clear with myself what has been happening for me and the best words to use to be able to describe it. And so I, as most of you probably have already picked up on, I truly believe that as I am going through my process, I truly believe it is this time is for me to share my story and to be able to give others permission to go through their process and to draw lines of I'm tired of whatever it is for you. You're tired of the anxiety, you're tired of the stress, you're tired of all of the rules, you're tired of all of the obligations and the shoulds and shouldn'ts and that feeling ultimately inside of yourself that is nagging at you and telling you there's more out there for you. If you could only figure out how to get it, or if you could only let go of some of the things in your life, some of the relationships in your life, some of the beliefs, the thoughts, the old ways of doing things, that you could have it, you could feel it, you could touch it, you could feel alive at a level that you are no longer feeling alive. That was the other huge realization for me over the last couple of years, is this feeling that I was slowly dying. And I truly believe we are. I don't know that there's any other way to talk about it, really. There are many ways to talk about it, but I typically will say, well, we're either living or we're dying, right? But at the end of the day, physically, we're literally all working our way towards death. But in the meantime, for me and where I'm at and what I've been working at is to be living the most that I can in the time that I am living. So to be living the most that I can and to be the most healthiest that I possibly can be while enjoying life between now and the end. So excited to be able to share this and put it out there into the world, ultimately, truly, to share my story, to allow other people to hear it, to hear the message and know that you're not alone. Ultimately, that is the message and the big picture, and the reason that I'm making these videos and putting myself out there at this level, right? I could easily advertise quietly and draw in clients that want to do this work and are looking for extra support in their life and their journey. And yet I truly feel called and led to put out my story in a much bigger way right now, to be able to let other people who are a lot like me and want to see just the average regular person doing the thing that they are longing to do, to break free in their own life and to be able to live more than what they have settled for at this point in their life. So I am wishing you well of us who want to do good in the world and share good in the world. And as a side note, I was up late last night, overwhelmed and taken with my own thoughts around the impact of children and the impact that our not living our own best life and not living our true authentic selves, and the ways that adults cover up the hardships of life and the difficulties of life and live a less than alive life. The ways that adults settle for the many ways in which adults settle and then attempt to protect their children from the hurts and the pains, and the way that they ultimately then teach the children, those coming up after us. We ultimately are teaching them to live a settled life. And we can say to them as many times as we want to, don't live a settled life, don't settle, right? That usually comes in when we're talking about a life partner, don't settle. But like, it's everywhere. If you're gonna settle, if you're gonna have this space of settling, it's gonna be everywhere in your entire life. Settling for a job, settling into a job that you know isn't the right space for you, or is with people that you know are not good for you to be around, or settling in all kinds of relationships in our lives, settling for where you're living, all of these things that we do because we think we're doing the right thing, we're doing the responsible thing, and yet at the very same time we are literally teaching our children and all of the young ones coming up after us, we are teaching them how to live a settled life, because at the end of the day we all know actions speak louder than words. And so you can say 1,000 times over, don't live a settled life, don't settle, go out there, be big, be amazing. But if we're not showing them how to do that, they're not going to do it. They won't believe us. So we lead by example, and that ultimately is the biggest reason that I'm doing all of this, including these videos, which honestly I actually secretly love doing these videos. So wishing you an absolutely beautiful day, and for those of you that are ready to go on this adventure and allow for transformation and clarity and for your own true authentic beauty to come out and be unleashed, reach out. All right, take care, talk soon.